let us jump right back into the action. Here we go. Oh yeah, and Parvati is hanging out with me. Making sure I'm on the straight and narrow, I think. Do I have any bullets for my rifle? Yes, I do. I think I looted everything. Yeah. Okay, so this way. Gotta go this way. Yes, please. Take all that. Nothing there. Can't go in there. There's a lot of marauders and bandits and stuff. And oh shoot. Speaking of.
Sure, on my way. All together.
Oh shoot. E? No, F. Oh. Oh, different gun. Ooh, down for the count. Continue. Alright, let's try that again. But this time, I'm gonna try not dying. Okay. Ah. Is that it? Ooh. Hey everyone, my name is Tucat and I'm playing The Outer Worlds. Thank you so much for joining me and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Currently I'm trying to get power from my ship. Well, it's not my ship, but it is now. Ha ha ha. Okay. So if you want, feel free to say hi in the chat and I'll yeah, we'll have a little conversation. Nothing. Take it all. Nothing. Take it all. What's in these? Nothing. Okay. Get up here. Okay. Did I get this guy? Yeah, okay. That was tough. What's next? So we are here. I need to go here. So up the road, up and over. Okay, so here's my plan. Because I am encumbered, I'm gonna go back to town, give the guys meds, maybe intimidate the barber, sell the stuff. Then I'll go talk to what's her face? Go talk to her. Because this is as fast as I can go. And yeah. Everyone works for the same company. Sell my stuff.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it. Know how you feel.
That's the guy that's sick. This is the saloon.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
She's shot every time she shoots up so fast.
Coming right up.
Cool. So, okay, we're good. Oh yeah, let's go heal this guy because he's dying.
Hey, I need to talk.
Hold on.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, wait. It's just you. It's killed me with fright.
Wow.
At least I know I ain't hallucinating. You need something? Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting. Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's
Ooh, that's a
always
lot
the
of
best.
XP.
Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as it deserved, but it's all I got.
Persuade him or intimidate him? Intimidate. They're both 5. So let's persuade him.
You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have whatever's in my pockets.
Thanks. Nice place. Okay, now we can talk.
Where are we headed? In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. It's not like I think of failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and listen to their hearts breaking. Maybe so. But we don't think on it that way.
Okay, now we're gonna go intimidate the barber.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad
Supposed to
sells
go
real
check
good
back
disinfectant.
here. Receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have call it for what it is. Destruction of property. He was an asset. Has to pay the bloody price. This is going to ruin us. Huh. Earth upon his teeth. He had gold set. You're processing the body right. Just dig around and pry them out. Ooh. Phyllis. Wow. That must be the dirty secret. Okay, buddy.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How?
I just read about it.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings.
Wow.
I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh.
Gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Okay. Cool. All right. What else was I supposed to do? So... Oh, second floor. Oh, maybe. Hey, Phyllis.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make
Nope.
it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Oh.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame though. Eugene was a good worker.
Okay.
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Wow.
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Wow. Yeah, Spacer's Choice is pretty messed up.
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Thanks for the money. Can't believe I missed the whole second floor.
Got my sights on you.
Cool. Thanks, Rocketeer. Let's go this way and see what it is. Ah. This could be a Lenny pad. Gotta talk to a guard. Hey.
When I was little, we get.
Thank the law.
Found him.
I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your wrestling
A what?
stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
What?
Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant,
Douchebag.
clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially, unofficially, strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Okay.
Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars. Pray to the law that you never do. A mechanical never forgets the face of its enemy. First they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
Terminator. That's what he's talking about. Yeah. Let's go say hi to Silas. It's not stealing. Okay. Hi, Silas.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients. You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Huh.
and I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
All right.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? Yeah?
Okay. So that one's done. So I think... oh yeah, find his journal and go talk to... what's her name? Yeah, Adelaide. Okay, let's go.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Neither do I. Oh, you shot him?
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Are you sure?
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Zoe went missing.
I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around the gun. Hence my dilemma.
Oh.
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Stefan.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Anywhere. Wow, don't say that.
Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. What is it?
Never mind. Alright, don't shoot me. Okay. In the hothouse. In there, okay. Hey guys, I'm new. Wow. This is nice. Yeah, maybe don't steal.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcome here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green from grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Ew.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear, but the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Okay.
Oh dear, the garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice. Ah, cynicism, the privilege of the young. What you need is a little taste of my special mushroom soup. It'll broaden your mind, or at least your irises.
I don't know if I can do that on Twitch, but I think she just offered me some sort of mushroom.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
That one sounds nice. That one's funny.
He commands. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is killing. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. Question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Decision decision. Hmm.
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
What do you think I should do? Should I divert power towards Edgewater and away from them? Or divert power to them and away from Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Yeah. Stealing. Nice. Let's see here. The botanical labs are still mostly solid. Months of secret rich. Nothing diabolical in there. She must sleep here. She's roughing it. For sure. Chicken. What's this? Okay. like there's more out there. Whose is this? Oh, this is Zoe's place. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits. No more gloves. Hated the cannery. Huh. Huh. Okay. So she got sick or is sick. Oh, there we go. Today's the day. The Marauder threat. What else? Hmm. So it sounds like she wants to go join the Marauders because she thinks she'll be a bandit queen somewhere over the hill. Did I just take that? Hmm. Interesting. Good news, I'm alive. Yep, she's gonna go join the bandits. Excuse me.
Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. Hey, I got time. I'll help if I can.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Everyone's so nice.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Okay.
Are you, things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague.
Well, that's
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying to everybody here.
true.
Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. Well, because I needed to tell somebody. You ain't one of us, and you ain't from Edgewater, so maybe you won't judge me as harshly. You ever heard of
I
the
don't know
Young
about that.
Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads,
Found 2.
I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
There was the
Wish
third.
I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say. I'll pay you for every pad you bring me. If, by some miracle, you can bring me the full set, I'll give you something pretty I've been saving for a lucky day. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble.
See, that's why you pick up everything.
Got me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all 3. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
Edgewater, your property, your gear, your machine. Here, you're a person, you're a family.
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to. I mean, we could really use. This is coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Yep, tamed. Oof.
Hey, here we go! You got him!
What? Oh, jeez.
That's the last of them.
Good. Yeah. Good times. Okay, I'm gonna switch weapons. Cha-ching. Okay. Bandit Town, USA. One, two, three. Plus a doggo. Okay, I need you to go
I'm going.
over there.
Everyone all right?
Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm great.
On my way.
Oh, this light machine gun is the bomb. I just hope we don't kill Zoe in the process.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Yeah, well, let's go talk to her.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Wow.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You,
Nice
on
hair.
the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable.
That's
Oh,
not
you
what
mean
I
around
meant.
these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, sure.
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
Ah.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Halcyon.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, you could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives at me. I've got that to look forward to.
Go back home. Okay. So, oh. Yeah. Sure. Journal. None botched so far. Yeah. Go back to Grace. Okay. I can do that. Oh. This companion ledger shows you everything you need to know about your companion. Oh, nice. So this is where we can swap gear and stuff. Nice. Okay, what are you rocking? Not a bad pistol. And not a bad hammer. Let's give you a little bit better. Okay. 215 is better than that. So there you go there. 120. Yeah. Don't really do much melee, do you? What's your stats? Tech skill 7. There you go. Give you that, and I'm sure that's some armor. Yeah. And let's see here. Let's bump up your health. Hi, Grace.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened anyway? Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
I will. Okay, let's go talk to Lover Boy. Lover Boy. Job.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
Yeah.
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Sure. Okay. Let's go talk to her again. There she is.
Anything else I can do for you? I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. I might have seen you for what you are.
Just to let everyone know, I'm going to be gaming for about half an hour more, and then that's what I'm going to call it in about half an hour. But please stick with me, and let's see what happens.
My dear, we are all visitors in a momentary universe. Our lives flicker in and out like the guttering of a flame. Here now, then gone. Me and mine are just carrying on as best we can, trying to live our lives in a way that does not feel wasted. A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that. That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me.
Ew. White chocolate? Only milk chocolate for me. Not white chocolate.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on me. So I buried my boy in the cemetery.
He's not a doctor.
Gathered my belongings and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. A fish rots from the head down. I do not blame the town. I blame the leader.
Okay. So I think it's time to go check out the power plant. Yeah. Barrier up. I don't know. Alright, we're going in.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
System alert. Beginning security control.
There's one over to the left. Look out. Out of the way. She just ran right up in there. Oh, give me the book. Jeez, all the way down. Okay, you? Do you have the book?
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram. You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always
He's got
boil the
radiation
sprat
poisoning.
before ingesting. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
There we go. You did have the book. Don't judge me. Go and direct the power.
Want to do this? Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you, do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power.
What's
I
your
think it'd
opinion?
be cool. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough salt tuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Ugh, what do I do? Reed tells me Edgewater is going to die without workers in power. The deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they built. Like, the company you work for is horrible, even if the people aren't.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick, gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Great. Now I'm even more confused. Okay. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Because Edgewater is run by a company that is horrible. So if I turn off the power, I don't know if they would join the deserters or if they would just go home or die. I don't know. And if I turn off the power to the plant lady, whatever, the deserters, they would have no choice but to go back into that horribleness. What do I do? What are my choices? Redirect power. Safety failures detected. This is an irreversible procedure. Oh no. And I only have two options. Redirect power to Edgewater. Redirect power. I don't know what to do. Okay. They got a great thing going on, the deserters, but they don't have any walls. They got one gun. Wild animal comes, they're done for. Mines only last so long, and if that one lady with a gun, something happens to her, they're done. Edgewater has walls and guards, even if it is horrible. Ugh. If I reroute power to Edgewater, they go back into the fold. And the likelihood of everyone's survival goes up a little bit. Right? Like, right? That is what I should do, right? Hard choices, man. Hard choices. I guess. Everyone at the camp is so nice, though. And I don't feel good about it. I really don't. Okay, now can I get that power core? This is the power core. Over here. Because this is an actual community. And that over there is horrible, company owned. Doesn't care about you as an individual. They just care about profit. That's all they care about. In there. Oh, here we go.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. You tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just
That's not exactly what I thought.
Some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
See, when it said I'd deal with Reed for you, I thought I'd go back, negotiate. You know, maybe she could have a garden. Not kill him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
That's true, but you...
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
What is this? No? Oh, this is it. Got it. Thanks, bye.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding. Really? Well,
I'm gonna cash in before I tell you he's gotta go back.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a
It is.
set.
Was.
All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Nice.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100
little things.
years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. Are you sure about this? If we head back to Edgewater on our own, Adelaide won't come with us. She'll stay here and curse us till the end of her days. You know where to find me.
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with?
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it. The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Used to say I could keep marauders from slipping in. I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Yeah.
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
Okay. You made it. Yeah, pistol's probably better. Two guards.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust
Yeah, I feel
Adelaide's
good
people
about
have
it.
seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town. I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic. The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cabinet. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do.
Yes!
I won't stand
I don't have to kill him.
My life here is ending. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Early retirement? Is that suicide? Suicide is illegal.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crops. She's what this town needs. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Okay. I didn't have to kill him. He stepped down. Awesome. Alrighty. Well, that is where I'm going to end the story for today. Thank you so much for joining me while I play The Outer Worlds. Once again, my name is Tucat, and I play games. Feel free to like my Twitch channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and like my Facebook page. And with that, that is the end of this episode, and I hope you have a great rest of the night. Thank you.